Antarctica was one of those places that an hour after we landed in perfect weather, the storm hit, and it went from beautiful, pristine, just paradise, to something out of this world. And the whole time I was there, I kept on having this revelation of this is what an alien world would look like.
Oh my God. It is freezing cold, and we're in Antarctica.
And within 6 hours of being there, I had set up my tent in these high winds.
All right, look, we're here in Antarctica. I'm the cameraman Joel Clark.
And I tell this in the book, but within 10 hours of being there, the storm had shredded my tent. I had just left the tent, it was freezing cold, I couldn't get warm, and I was still in the base camp, so luckily there was a mess tent to go to. Laying in my tent, and all right, so this is it. So I was laying in the tent like this, and the tent's like, you know, it's almost half as tall as I am, and I was looking at the top of the tent right here where Darby is, like right over my nose. The tent was blown, the wind was so hard that I was just watching the icicle form above my head. So I finally just crawled out, I couldn't handle it. Walked over to the mess tent, and then Alex comes in an hour later, just laughing, carrying half my gear. And he's like, yeah, sorry, 3 tents were destroyed in this first storm that we experienced in Antarctica. Lost my tent, lost some of my gear, and just freezing cold. I had one experience that I talk about briefly in the book. It was too windy to leave, so I was stuck in base camp. The plane couldn't fly in. So we ski-doo up this mountain, this really high mountain. And we had skis with us and sleds, and I was with some of the guys that work there, the guides, and these guys are hardcore. And I didn't wait for them, and I just grabbed one of the sleds and I jumped on it and dove down the mountain, so I wanted to be first down the mountain. I hear them screaming at me at the top of the mountain, and at that point I realized my mistake was you can't stop once you start. This was like the hill was like 30-degree hill. It was this insane, I don't have carrots. Yeah. It was this insane hill that was just incredible, and I was going down and I was digging my feet in the ridges trying to stop and somersaulting and trying to stop, and it was ice and I couldn't stop myself, and there was this rock outcropping coming up, and I mean it was like a 2-minute ride, and I was just trying to stop and tumbling and getting bruised and lost the sled in the first 15 seconds. And just like I'm getting closer and closer to the rocks and digging in, trying to claw, trying to do anything I can do. And I finally come to a stop, sliding stop, and the rocks, kid you not, are like maybe 3 meters from me, like just close. And I'm like, oh, oh. And the guides that were there, they like zigzag skied down, because you don't ski down, it was like icy, icy, icy. Got down, they're like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know, I thought we came to sled. And apparently they had never sledded down that hill before. They had sledded down the other side. That one was too dangerous. That said, they then were like, you made it, you lived. Somebody came and picked us up on the ski-doo. We went back up to the top. We did it 3 more times that day. It was this amazing experience. So that was my time. I got, while Alex was trudging along, I got to just play in Antarctica.
This has been the longest hike of my life. And I'm only a third of the way up.
Literally, I was paid to go film this incredible story, Surrendered and Untamed. Surrenderedanduntamed.com is the website. I filmed this amazing series and got paid for it, and I just got to play. So Alex, I'm sorry you had a miserable time, but mine was amazing.
Can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds. Oh my goodness, it's cold. Oh my goodness, it's cold.